TCU's left guard, Steve Avila, is one of my favourite players in the 2023 draft class. So let's take a look at his All-22 and I'll show you why Avila is on my must-draft list for any team who's after interior offensive line help. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here from PLAJ. Today we're talking about Steve Avila. He is honestly one of my favourite players in this draft, and I'm going to show you why. It starts with the versatility, 1,000 snaps at left guard for TCU last year, 2 years prior to that high-level center play. But he's also giving you the best pass pro skills of any lineman in this entire class, regardless of the position. So that's where we're going to start. Steve Avila against Michigan in the college football playoffs. He's going to be the left guard, number 79, throughout the duration of this video. Watch this at full speed to give you an idea of the speed of foot, his ability to be that dancing bear type, and then also the hand placement and the ability to work his base through the block. Here we go, Steve Avila, left side of your screen. Great work to get out of his stance, and look at the ability to match and mirror, to stay engaged, and give his quarterback so much space. So as we break this down a little bit further, off the snap, I love the first two steps. Look how nimble this man is. He looks more like a tackle than a center or a left guard. Great work getting out of his stance. He's in a fantastic position. He goes the one-hand stab, doesn't give both his hands away, is then able to engage. And this is where I want you to look at his butt and hamstrings and the power of Steve Avila. As he matches and mirrors the defensive lineman, look at the power coming out of his base and through his lower half, his ability to just mirror him along the line of scrimmage. And as soon as he goes to leave his feet and jump in the air, look how he throws him down and gives the quarterback space to scramble. A fantastic rep against a really good defensive line. From the same game here, Steve Avila, this time on the right-hand side of your screen, number 79. Once again, one-on-one on the interior, win your matchup, and that's exactly what he does. Tight hands and the core strength and torque here is what really jumps off the screen to me. What am I talking about exactly? Well, Steve Avila is always going to have tight hands. Look how he gets to the chest. Number 55 hands automatically straight to the shoulder pads. He's in control of the rep because he controls the chest. From there, he's got a tough battle, one-on-one here. He's got a bull rush. Look how he's able to drop the anchor and that powerful base we just talked about, and then contort his body and the upper body torque and hip rotation and flexibility to be able to get him to one side and just drop that anchor and give his quarterback 4 seconds in the pocket to finally find the open receiver and regardless throw a pick. But watch it one more time at full speed. Steve Avila, a great job again getting out of his stance, those tight active hands, and then you see the hip flexibility and torque. That's what you're looking for from an interior offensive lineman. Another great example. Honestly, there were just an abundance of them on the film. Right-hand side of your screen, again from Steve Avila. This time, let's see what he does when the lineman tries to go to his outside shoulder. Look at the feet, the ability to flip his hips, open up his stance, and then just redirect and work him around the arc, something we talked about with tackles all the time. He moves his feet like a left tackle, but the man's playing left guard and center. It is extremely impressive, and look at the grip strength. This man is fighting to get himself free of Steve Avila, and he just cannot do it because those hands are like clamps. When you combine that with the foot speed and working his feet through that block, it just does not get any better. Again, quarterback makes a very poor decision and takes forever to get rid of the ball, but Steve Avila just continues to impress. This pass pro stuff is out of this world. But these are the two snaps that had me salivating watching the Steve Avila film, and it's his ability to control his footwork and the depth of his drops in his pass sets that were out of this world. Okay, so he's behind the sky cam here. Watch the footwork of Steve Avila. He's going to come out of his stance like a left tackle. For goodness sake, guys, this is unbelievable foot speed. Look at the depth of his drop. He isn't just taking one little step and then squaring up and trying to make contact. This is a full kick step, double shuffle. Tries to take out that four-tech, then picks up the stunt on the inside. Like, I can't emphasize how impressive this is from a left guard who's also played center. This is left tackle footwork. You don't see this depth from a guard very often. He does a great job with his first punch. He's powerful, great strike, and then head on a swivel, pick up the guy who's coming on the inside of the stunt, and again, look at the force and power in his hands, shoves him to the side, and ends up being a touchdown for TCU. And so much of this play and the success of this team is number 79. He is just phenomenal in pass pro, and I just love this guy. Similar kind of thing, you're looking at Steve Avila going to take on a 5 tech here who makes an inside move on his left tackle. I'll let it roll, the film just speaks for itself, but watch the left-hand side of your screen, inside move, Avila just runs him around the arc, stone walls, and throws him like a rag doll. 3 things I love about it. Once again, look at the footwork, the ability to get out of that stance, beautiful width and depth of drop, and then he's able to see him coming from the 5 tech spot, passed on to him, watch how he works his feet and his lower half through the block, runs him around the arc, gives his quarterback so much space, and as he gets the little chip here from the running back, look how he stands him up, he then unloads his hips, and watch him just throw the man like a child. This is a dude with grown man strength, but the feet of a ballerina. He is just amazing in pass protection, and this combination of skills and his skill set is going to separate him from a lot of offensive guards or offensive linemen in the NFL. And I can't wait to see the success he has, particularly in pass pro. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I think Avila has room to grow in the running game. Part of it was scheme. TCU were doing a lot of these quarterback runs and it was very non-traditional. You didn't see a lot of NFL plays within their scheme. There wasn't outside wide zones where I think he will be very successful. But when he was used as a pulling guard and used in motion on the lead side of plays, I thought he was very, very impressive as a lead blocker. Here's an example of that. He's going to come from right to left of your screen, pulling guard, and watch how he just moves those hips and seals to the inside. It's something I talked about with the Jones review just yesterday. Look how Avila gets out of his stance, travels, but then he sees his man, number 6 here, the linebacker, and watch how he turns his hips and seals to the inside. He's given a huge lane for his running back. That's his responsibility. It's not get out in space and try and demolish someone. It's have some ability to reset your feet, to have fluid hips, and to seal to the inside. That's how we have success with these pulling guards, and it's a great job by Steve Avila. I think he was very successful in these types of looks, but there weren't enough of them on the tape. I want to see it with more frequency. So this time he's going to come from left to right, number 79. Lead blocker, pulling across the line of scrimmage, hit your target, good pad level, open up an enormous lane. This is the stuff that excites me. You like the mobility, you like the ability to run this in a Cleveland Browns system or with the New York Jets, the Shanahan schemes. Look how he's able to filter behind, find his force, and then look at him lower his pad levels and just bang, make the block, and look at the lane he opens up. Steve Avila is responsible for this lane that's created and nearly a touchdown. But once again, pulling guard, in motion, fluid in space, you really like to see that from Steve Avila. But there are flashes. There are flashes of Steve Avila and his ability to man block and down block that gets me so excited, and this is why I believe there's growth, and this is why I believe he can be a top 10 guard in the NFL. Gonna let this roll from the left guard spot. Watch how Steve Avila down blocks here. He just takes his interior defensive lineman for a ride. Gets the 3 tech, gets good technique, and then just washes him down the line of scrimmage, and look at the lane that Steve Avila's created. This isn't just like a, 1 or 2 yard lane. You could drive a bus through the gap here that Steve Avila has created in the B gap. Phenomenal job. Great hand placement. You go under the armpit. That's how you control the body and the leverage. He throws him down the line of scrimmage. Work those feet through the block. Always keep marching, and look at that lane that's opened up. Steve Avila's got that special power. This is what you didn't see enough of, but the glimpses, they give you so much hope. And one last one to finish here for Steve Avila. I really liked this play because once again, it just shows the power in his hands, the ability to uncoil, and that punch. Look how he just throws the 0 tech out of there. Opens up again. Look at the lane that Steve Avila has created through the mayhem and the power that he possesses in his hands. Again, these weren't frequent, but there were 2 or 3 in this game that really impressed me. And it makes me think that, yeah, this guy is a high-level run blocker. And it just wasn't there because of the scheme, because of what he was asked to do, and because he needs some work. But Steve Avila's got that big boy power, and he can throw guys around on the inside. So guys, there it is. That's why I love Steve Avila. It's the dynamic feat in pass pro. It's the flashes in the run game that I think he can really develop. But realistically, if you're an offensive lineman, your bread and butter today in the NFL is protecting the quarterback. And he does that at a level that I feel so confident in. If you said to me, Luke, outside the top 10, which player do you think has a great chance of being an above average player for 10 years. I'd pick this guy right here. I'd bang the table for Steve Avila. The Jets don't need a left guard right now as much as they need a center, but he brings versatility and he brings some of the best pass pro sets in the entirety of the 2023 draft class.